Good morning, babies. Good morning. Okay, that's really sad news. Unfortunately, this little guy passed away last night. So, time to focus attention on this one, which I presume here is the little ewe lamb. But even worse news, this is actually the ram lamb who's still alive. I don't know how the ewe lamb passed away. She was doing so well. That's lambs for you, eh? Always bloody dying. They're so hard to keep alive. Dear little Ragnar's been incredibly disconcerted with the guests in the house. Doesn't know what to make of them. Keeps running outside and was in and out of the bedroom last night. Couldn't settle. Well, all that'll be over soon. The time is 7:15 in the morning. I've come to mark last night's mama with the tragedy trio. We're not going to hang on to her, unfortunately. Lambs in this paddock all seem to be doing very well. I've still got the two born yesterday morning to bring into the lambing paddock. They were hiding down at the end of this fence line in that corner there. And I'm just going to do a quick round and see if there's any other newbies born overnight. At least today is not going to be raining, so everyone gets a break before the rain returns. And there she goes. I tried to draw a number 1 on her, but I think it looks more like a number 7. Whatever, she can be number 7. I can see yesterday morning's mama out of the sheltered patch with her bubs. I'll go get better footage. Haven't seen anyone else in the paddocks this morning. She is favouring this corner, I would say, for dryness and safety. Perhaps we'll get better footage when we hustle them out of the corner and into the lamb paddock today. Trouble in the lambing paddock. This sheep's sleeping with her head downhill. She's breathing, and I suspect there might be some sort of birthing issue going on, and it means it's probably the mama with the long hoof toenail that I trimmed the other day, because there's no lambs hanging around her. I have been down to the dairy farm. I've picked up just over a litre of colostrum. I've got my tripod and I'm going to try and film this for you, because this poor girl's not doing well at all. As you can see, I was having a little bit of trouble getting my hand in there and finding the end of her bits and the start of the lambs, and of course there was a lot of watery, fluidy, bubbly sacs in my way too, so actually finding what was going on was quite a challenge. The first thing I felt here was a tail. And of course that's a bad sign. That means the first baby's breech. I had a go at seeing if there was any chance of pushing it forward so that I could find a leg, because it wasn't coming out butt first. Finding a leg was a big challenge. Almost impossible. I was trying to push it from the belly to see if it would make a difference. No help. finally I got a grip on the lamb, so you can see I'm bracing my wrist to try and give myself some extra strength and just pull it out. And it was so tight, so incredibly stuck in there. There were obviously other lambs in there too, meaning there was no room to really manoeuvre the first one. Poor mama, I felt so bad for her. And here we are, just trying to basically force the lamb out of her. I actually got my other hand semi in there to try and get a hold of it, because it was really hard to keep hold of. And I've obviously got it. You can see I'm working really hard to try and pull it out. You can see the two hands going for it, and we're making progress. Come on. I think I managed to get one of my fingers hooked into its back hip.
It's backwards.
At this stage I figure I've just got to grab it however I can, and if I hurt it, so be it, but it has to come out. We're about to get it. There it goes. Yeah. Get the sack off its face, finger in its mouth. It was actually fairly stiff already. It wasn't alive, but I was patting it and trying anyway. I've seen some farmers swing them upside down to try and get water out of their lungs, although really it was a futile attempt because it was well and truly passed away already.
I think that one's dead.
And there were obviously more in there, so back for number 2. Could have pulled my sleeves up a bit, eh? The second lamb seemed to be facing forward, and I was working to try and get both of its trotters to come out, and then to see if I can get my hand around the back of its head. It wasn't working too easily initially. And I needed a bit of a break now. Back to check on that first lamb. Definitely no signs of life. Pat, 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 nothing. At this stage I'm figuring, well, no harm in being a bit rougher with it, because it can't be any worse than it already is. Here, when I pushed her belly, all the fluids are pouring out. Back to look for the second lamb. and with one hand on the belly to push the lamb forward because she was facing downhill. That was actually quite helpful. Okay, and I think I've got it. Time for the big pull. Got a trotter in one hand and the head in the other. Slippery. There she goes. You see it steaming, so warm. Finger in the mouth.
Come on, little sheep.
Put it on the mum so you could see a little bit of what I was trying out. Pat, pat, pat. Rubbing the belly, nothing. Getting the crap off its face.
Come on. Wake up.
Opening the mouth.
Come on, little sheep.
Absolutely no signs of life out of this one either.
Wake up.
Here we go, trying the swinging thing. Feeling for a heartbeat.
Come on.
I think I've realised the reality. You can see it in my face. Absolutely gutted. And no doubt there's another one. Had to check one way or the other. So, here we go again. And there I can feel it right up the front. It's quite far in. However, this one was easy to get out, especially compared to how long that first one took to come out. Hey, look at that. This one though was super floppy right from the get-go, also steaming hot. I don't know, I wonder if this one had its neck snapped inside there or something, because it was obviously lifeless compared to the other two that I'd already pulled out. Completely floppy, not breathing.
Come on, little guy.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, fuck. Triple tragedy. Oh my god.
I was marvelling at the size of the 3 lambs that came out, and then I remembered I needed to check the sex, so I'm lifting a leg on each just to check what they are, and they were 3 ewe lambs. 3 giant ewe lambs, all passed away. And I thought I'd better just make sure there's not one more in there. You never know. A friend of mine, my neighbour, sent me a photo and one of her sheep had 4, so much as I didn't want to go back in, I thought I should. One big hollow cavity. Poor girl.
Well, I cracked a sweat doing that. Tragedy. All 3 lambs are dead. And we're going to have to mark her for cull as well. It's an awful sight. Such a horrible thing to have to deal with. Hell of a reality. And as all the farmers keep saying,
Where there's livestock, there's dead stock. 3 beautiful ewe lambs, or at least they would have been. Second set of triplets. 0 survived. Here is where the 6 lambs that we've lost over the last 24 hours will lay to rest. Not a bad spot to have an outlook on. Under the apricot tree. Right, now is time to move this mum and her 2 lambs into the lambing paddock so she can eat properly. Come on, girl. That's the ram lamb. That means the one that's suckling would be the ewe lamb. Yeah. So if you notice the way she's walking, that back right leg is on a severe lean and she's in a lot of pain. I suspect she might have a hoof problem going on, so once I get her in the yard area, I'll take a look at that before I open her to the wider paddock. Alrighty, I've got my trusty tools. Go see if I can't fix that foot. It's not very easy to get a video shot of what it looks like. The toenail was very long, but she's being very difficult with her babies crying in the background. Pretty hard to see what's going on with all the mud and the wool and the leaves. Just open the gate so she can walk freely into the paddock with her bubs. I thought the other back foot needed some attention too, but I think the right foot was too sore for her to stand on. She wouldn't let me lift it up. So I've made some improvement. Perhaps it's not perfect, but hey, she's in the right place to heal up now. And all the other lambs are way down the back corner in the shade, out of sight. Here they go. Oh, of course she stopped. She's still limping, but the leg's not leaning out as much as it was, so I dare say I've helped a little bit. Oh yeah, now she's realising she's in the good paddock. Good job, Mama. Coming to do my afternoon, evening rounds, and I just see all these sheep and lambs. This is the joy that makes all the death worthwhile. I had to put the ewe down this afternoon.